This video was posted on the internet showing 4 terrorists stepping inside a luxury hotel in Kabul. They all disguised as visitors. Later on, they pulled out pistols hidden in their shoes and started shooting everyone they saw. Among those killed was a popular Afghan journalist, Sardar Ahmed. Sardar was celebrating the new year with his wife and children in Syria. They were all brutally murdered, and their bodies mutilated beyond recognition. Ahmed was working with the French news agency AFP.
Sardar was one of the young and talented Afghan journalists who had big dreams for himself, for this country, and for his family. I found him a very hard-working person.
Ahmed was laid to rest next to his wife and 2 little kids. It was like a mass murder. Ahmed's parents live in Canada. He had been invited by his parents many times to leave Afghanistan and live with them abroad. But Ahmed loved his country. He stayed here covering all aspects of the situation. His death dealt a huge blow to journalism.
My uncle, Sardar, told the terrorist in the hotel to kill him and not his children. We're so fed up with this situation. There's also this corrupt government that is doing nothing to protect the people.
Sardar, however, is not the only victim. He is the latest of several other victims that went before him. Afghanistan is still one of the most dangerous countries on the planet. It's not only unsafe for its own citizens, but also for those who are here to reflect the facts on the ground to the world. Journalists and reporters remain soft targets. If you as a journalist do not keep your eyes open, you will soon be put on the blacklist. The blacklist is with the Taliban. This terrorist group is always on the lookout for journalists who write about how brutal they are and how much the local Afghans hate them. Once they identify the writer or reporter, they put them on their list to be either threatened to death by posting a nighttime letter on their door or to be assassinated. Najib knows how dangerous it is to work in the media here. He's a video journalist. His brother also had the same job, but was killed by the Taliban in Kabul. Najib did not quit though. He travels everywhere. He sometimes even embeds himself with Afghan forces and covers the fight from the front lines. He loves what he does.
We consider the Taliban as a terrorist organization. This group is responsible for hundreds and thousands of civilian deaths in our country. And when we as journalists reflect their brutalities, we are also get targeted by the Taliban. I myself have lost my brother in a Taliban attack here in Kabul.
The Afghan media is young. Almost no journalist could work here when the Taliban were in power. Even the use of the internet was banned at that time. But things have changed a lot since the overthrow of the insurgents. There are now hundreds of television and radio stations. Most of them are independent. The number of newspapers exceeds 500. Even female presenters can be seen on Afghan television. It's said to be a big achievement for Afghanistan.
We have to go through these violences against the journalists and the media. But I'm so hopeful for the Afghan journalists and the media. As far as I can see, we have had we have had a high progress in the media in Afghanistan, which makes me to be much hopeful.
But there are troubling signs for its future. Growing targeted attacks on journalists have frightened those working in the media here. It's a big concern now. Taliban chief Mullah Omar has recently issued a new list of journalists that he plans to target. The announcement has sent a shiver down the spines of those on the list. It's now the job of the Afghan police and army to protect the lives of journalists and the progress that has been made in media here. These forces are growing in numbers. However, it seems that it takes time to find them fully equipped and trained to save the lives of others. Till then, how many more journalists will be targeted? No one knows.